Yeah.
Yep. Good afternoon. My name is Kevin O'Connor, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the Albany County Industrial Development Agency. In connection with the project which is subject of this public hearing. I'm also the hearing officer for this public hearing, and we are holding this public hearing to allow citizens to make a statement for the record relating to the involvement of the agency with the project, the proposed project, for the benefit of Catemer, Inc., a Pennsylvania business corporation, the company. Shannon Wagner, counsel to the agency, will provide a description of the proposed project and the company's request for financial assistance, along with further information regarding the purpose of the public hearing, the agency's legal authority, and the agency's next step. Once Ms. Wagner is finished, I will then open up this public hearing for comments.
Thank you, Mr. O'Connor. The proposed project consists of the following. A1, the acquisition of an interest in a portion of an approximately 6.68 acre parcel of land located at 6 British American Boulevard, tax map number 18.1-32.41 in the town of Colony, Albany County, New York, the land, together with an approximately 76,967 square foot building located thereon, the facility, the renovation of the facility, and the acquisition and installation therein and thereon of certain machinery, equipment, and other personal property, collectively the equipment, the land, the facility, and the equipment being collectively referred to as the project facility. All of the foregoing to be owned and operated by the company for use by the company and leased to various tenants for light manufacturing and office space. B, the granting of certain financial assistance within the meaning of section 854.14 of the Act with respect to the foregoing, including potential exemptions from certain sales and use taxes, real property taxes, real estate transfer taxes, and mortgage recording taxes, collectively the financial assistance, and the lease with an obligation to purchase or sale of the project facility to the company or such other person as may be designated by the company and agreed upon by the agency. This public hearing is being held by the agency to satisfy the provisions of section 859A2 of the General Municipal Law of the State of New York. The Chief Executive Officer of the agency caused notice of this public hearing to be A, mailed on May 28, 2025 to the Chief Executive Officers of Albany County, the Town of Colony, and the North Colony Central School District, collectively the affected taxing jurisdictions, and B, published on May 30th, 2025 in the Times-Union, a newspaper of general circulation available to the residents of the Town of Colony, Albany County, New York. In addition, the Chief Executive Officer of the agency caused notice of this public hearing to be posted on May 27th, 2025 on the agency's website and also on a public bulletin board located at the William K. Sanford Library in the Town of Colony, Albany County, New York. The Chief Executive Officer also caused the certified public hearing resolution to be mailed on May 23rd, 2025 to the affected taxing jurisdictions. The agency will consider the company's request for financial assistance at a subsequent meeting of the agency currently scheduled for July 2nd, 2025 at 5:30 p.m. And at such meeting, the agency will also consider the comments received at this public hearing. Such meeting, like all meetings of the agency, is open to the general public. We have made arrangements for a stenographer to be present in order to accurately make a record of the public comments. Information regarding the legal authorization and powers of the agency and the legal requirements and procedures of this public hearing will be inserted into the stenographic record. The purpose of this public hearing is to solicit public comment with respect to the agency's involvement with the proposed project. We are not here to answer questions, although in the course of the hearing we will consider questions if we have the information to answer the question and there is sufficient time to consider such question. Further questions or comments regarding environmental planning, time to consider zoning, design, and related issues regarding the proposed project are outside the scope of this public hearing. Lastly, general comments regarding industrial development agencies are not relevant to this public hearing. Now, unless there is any objection, I'm going to suggest waiving the full reading of the notice of this public hearing and instead request that the full text of the notice of this public hearing be inserted into the record of this public hearing. The comments received today at this public hearing will again be presented to the members of the agency at or prior to the meeting scheduled for July 2nd, 2025, at which the members of the agency will consider whether to approve the undertaking of the proposed project by the agency and the grantee by the agency of the financial assistance. The notice of this public hearing indicated that written comments could be addressed to Kevin O'Connor, Chief Executive Officer. The agency has not received written comments from any of the affected taxing jurisdictions. We will keep the comment period open until 5 p.m. on Thursday, June 19th. Any comments received by such time will be included in the record to be considered by the agency. I will now return the floor to Mr. O'Connor for the purpose of recognizing any representatives from the company and any citizens in attendance wishing to make a public comment.
Thank you, Ms. Wagner. I would now like to introduce CJ
Kemp,
Kemp,
yeah.
thank you, from the company who will just make a few brief comments about the project. Mr. Kemp?
Thank you, Kevin. The project is an exciting project for the county. It's anticipated to retain several jobs at the site currently and to bring many more potential jobs to the county. The company anticipates making a significant capital investment to upgrade the facility for research and light manufacturing operations, and we anticipate that'll be completed over the balance of the year, and anticipate very much a successful project.
Thank you, Mr. Kemp. I would also now entertain remarks by the affected tax jurisdictions. I don't believe we have any today. So I will now open this public hearing for public comment at 4:08 p.m. By way of rules, if you wish to make a public comment, please raise your hand and I will call on you. Please wait to be recognized. Once recognized, please stand and state your name and address for the record. I think we can dispense with the rest of this since we have no one here making a public comment. So I think we maybe just keep the public hearing open for another maybe 10 or 15 minutes to see if anyone shows up. And we will close the hearing at that point in time. CJ, are Doug and Barry coming to town anytime soon?
They've been up twice recently for planning design meetings to try and get the space layout situated, and so we're moving along on that. So they've been up twice in the last couple of weeks.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I had lunch with some of the guys from Siemens.
Oh, okay, great.
They were all excited about the project. And
Yeah, there's some good synergy there that everyone can leverage for lots of reasons.
yeah, who you've got Acumetrics and
Emerson.
Emerson, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, I think it's 4:13 probably.
You are in Cooperstown soon?
Oh, that's beautiful. I chatted with Internet for a while.
You have a lot of things.
I know. Kind of put a damper on it, but
Yeah.
Cold and rainy.
It's cold too? Yeah. Yeah, that's too bad. Nice weather. That back porch there is
Yeah.
yeah.
is beautiful.
They had some heaters out there for
Oh,
the
did they?
one reception, but it wasn't enough.
Oh, they had a reception out there?
Well, they
Yeah.
moved it from outside and into the one ballroom.
Oh,
everybody had on like sweaters and boots and.
Yeah, they canceled the softball game, pickleball. They still let people golf, but it wasn't like
Yeah, it wasn't
conference
scheduled
sanctioned
before.
golf.
Oh.
So,
Golf at your own risk.
yeah.
It would have been miserable. It would have been worst $150 investment ever. Bored.
Yeah. The people that run the grounds at Doubleday called and was like, we're canceling this. We're like, but wait, no, we're gonna cancel it. Can't touch the ground. Just do what, you're not
Did you go
messing
to
it up.
the Hall of Fame?
Yeah,
They still had reception over there?
yeah, the shuttle to get everybody over there. It's a mad exodus when this guy got back home.
I saw a couple people leaving with Hodgson Russ umbrellas, and I was like, how am I the only one without this umbrella? Like, I think must have been a gift a couple years ago before I started.
Yeah, I got the little lunch bag. I got that. There, but no umbrella.
Yeah, those are great.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it. Those are great.
What was it, a lunch box?
We got a lunch bag, yeah.
It's like a little thermos lunch.
It's cute.
Who was that, who gave those?
Hudson
Oh,
Russ.
Hodgson Russ?
Yeah.
Yeah, last year was blankets and this year was like lunch bags.
Cut it 12.
I could squeeze it.
Yeah, I still use, the first year I went, it was like a canvas bag, like a beach bag. I still use that.
Oh, I
love
have
bag.
that.
I have that.
still have
That's, yeah.
There's-
The problem with mine is my cat found it and was sleeping in the closet. So
No.
now it's just full of hair inside and out. I'm like, what is happening? You don't need to know that.
Off the record.
Hands down. Yeah, you got next week, you got a holiday, Juneteenth.
You know, it always sneaks up on me.
Yeah, well, because they're usually Mondays or Fridays, right?
Mhm.
This one is actually on the day.
Thursday.
So I wonder if what if it happens on a weekend? They just give us off on the Monday or the Friday?
I don't know, has that happened yet? I don't think it's happened
I
yet.
don't think so. Maybe but they always like this, the last
This is
3
like
years
maybe the
before.
third year maybe,
Third
so.
The weather's nice on Friday, not gonna be many people in the office.
Skeleton.
With that-
I don't think you have to worry about that.
With that
It's gonna-
third-
it's the weekend's coming, it's gonna rain.
Right. Friday would be great, and Saturday probably not so much.
We leave for Cape May on Saturday morning, and my wife is like a travel mess. She has us leaving at 4 a.m.
Well, you gotta beat the traffic.
That's right. I
But-
would,
We can't get into the house until 11 o'clock.
Grab yourself a nosh and a coffee.
right. Walk, a little stroll, before you know it, it'll be 11 o'clock.
Oh my goodness.
You're going for a week.
Yeah, we go,
And that's now public, that comment. So if you don't want her to know.
It's not in my record, so.
It's not official, but.
He's just on the.
I was gonna say, I feel like
recording.
I don't see any attendees on this recording, so.
Just the two of you, Kev, or you got all the kids?
Oh,
going?
no, we got, it's me and 5 women, Kev.
Oof.
Party.
Yeah. Yeah.
Party for them.
Yeah. Drink my booze.
Just leave me.
That's actually a social media trend right now. Like you go to your dad and he's like, "Hi, my name's so and so, and I paid." And then you go to your mom and she's like, "Hi, my name's so and so," and then it cuts back to the dad. "Hi, my name's so and so, I paid."
Our oldest daughter's coming down, and she's bringing a friend of hers with her. I can
Fun
remember as
times.
a kid, I would never think about going on vacation with my parents if I didn't absolutely have to.
Mm.
Parents are cool now.
Well,
No, we're not cool. It's just our stuff is cool.
your wallets are, the wallets
The
are
wallet.
cool.
We rent nice vacation houses.
Yeah, there's that.
friend was telling me that her daughter's coming to visit in a few weeks. So she says, do you think you and your boyfriend can help me put the air conditioners in? And her immediate response is, will you pay us? And she says, yes, by letting you stay in the house for a full week while you're here. That seems like a reasonable payment.
He said, I'll tell you what, I'll recharge it half.
But can you imagine, like that, but that's.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That's why we're cool with that.
I would never.
It appears to be 416, maybe 417.
So if there are no further comments, I will now close this public hearing at 4:16 PM, and thank you all for attending.
So, and a second.
So, yeah, we'll,